Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Mary and I give you an extra warm welcome. I would love it if you can click the subscribe button and stay for a while. I upload 3 times a week. Get ready with me, so show my stash, trying on new makeup. If it's beauty or makeup related, I will be posting it. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you more than you know. So of course, as you could tell from the title of the video, my Natasha Denona powder is here. This is the HyGlam Powder Foundation. Sounds super promising. So I'm not a huge powder foundation fan. I think I only own one other powder foundation in my collection. Fun fact, when I was younger, my teenage years, early 20s, all I wore was powder on my face. No foundation, no concealer, powder. I'm actually a tiny bit excited to see how this works, if I enjoy it or if it's going to be a total dud, because I do remember when I did only wear powder as my base, it would get really oily around my nose. I'm excited to test this out. I'm excited to see if I love it. I'm excited to see how it wears and all the fun stuff that comes with trying on a new base product. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with this video. Alright my lovelies, hair is pulled back, face is already primed. I wanted the primers to sit before I went in with the product. Rhode Skin Glazing Milk, Victoria Beckham Priming Moisturizer, the one with a tiny bit of tint to it, and the Gucci Mattifying Primer for my T-zone. I feel like I enjoy Niacinamide's and it keeps my oils at bay a lot better than the Gucci, but I definitely do feel that the Niacinamide's can accentuate some dryness. Allergy season is here. My nose has not been happy, so I do have a tiny bit of dryness around my nose. Best thing I could say when working with powder foundations is make sure that your skin is really prepped. So I used moisturizing products that I know my skin loves, and then the mattifying primer for my T-zone, just because I know around my nose is usually where I have the most issues with my oils just popping through. Okay, so I purchased mine through the Natasha Denona website. It is available at Ulta and other retailers. I did not order from Ulta because their packaging. So I feel like with palettes, when I have ordered from Ulta, they're okay because they come in that special box that she has built for her palettes. But other products, not so much. The HyGen highlighting powder, I'm surprised this did not come shattered because there is little to no protection at all for this powder. So I decided to go ahead and order from Natasha Denona because I know that she packages her stuff really well. I did use a code. You are able to use codes for new launches if you order directly from her website, which is great. So I used Patty Alonso's code, Patty15, and it took off $8.25, which is absolutely amazing. Okay, so I am on the Natasha Denona website, and this is the HyGlam Powder Foundation. And on here it says Blurring Flex Tech Hybrid Powder. It has a 24-month shelf life, and it was made in Italia. Okay, so there is 30 shades available, right? 36 shades. There's 36 shades available. I feel like with powder foundations, it is very rare that you see such a high number of shades available. So I think she hit it out of the park with that. I feel like she did a good job with providing very fair shades, light, medium, tan, and deep. I feel like she did pretty well. Let me know if you disagree. This retails for $55. For a powder foundation. I went ahead and picked up the shade NP7 Medium Neutral. I wonder if it's neutral pink, and that's what that stands for. So with the discount, shipping, and taxes, actually I got free shipping on Natasha Denona website. It could be just because of where I'm at, but there is a state tax and a county tax because of where we live. So my total was $49.77, still less than what the actual pricing of the product is, which is really nice. Okay, let me read you the description here for this product. Following the success of her HY-GLAM concealer sensation, Natasha introduces her talc-free HY-GLAM Powder Foundation. This blurring tech hybrid powder delivers a poreless, oil-controlled, perfected second skin finish while caring for your skin. Available in 36 shades. It's also a refillable package, which is absolutely amazing. I love that. It is matte finish, medium buildable coverage, protects skin against environmental stressors, supports skin natural elasticity and hydration, anti-inflammatory, vegan, talc-free, cruelty-free, made in Italia. Okay, so since it's a powder foundation, will we be going in with concealer first and then the powder foundation? Okay, here is what the outer packaging looks like. I enjoy this. It's that soft matte texture, kind of like the cap of her concealer. And then here is what the component looks like. I do enjoy it. I love the fact that she picked nude for the packaging. It's a little bulky, I will say, but I don't really travel with powders. So here's what the back looks like. And like I mentioned, it is a refillable package. So as you can see, the powder is raised because when you flip this, there is a little puff in here. I don't know if I'm going to use this. Let me swatch this. Ooh, it feels soft. Okay. I hope this is a good shade. I hope. Okay. So that's kind of disappearing on the back of my hand, right? You don't have to use this as a powder foundation. If you want to use it to set your foundation, you more than likely can. She did put out a video that I watched on her YouTube channel and she explained all the different ways that you can use it. So yes, you can use this as a setting powder for all over your face to provide more coverage for whatever base you are using. But we are not going to do that. We're going to try it out as a powder foundation. Okay, we're gonna jump in to the Natasha Denona HY-GLAM Concealer. N7 is the shade that I have. And as you can see, it kind of matches with the vibe, which is nice. Okay, so let's do one side and see how it goes. I do enjoy this Natasha Denona concealer. I just have to tread a tiny bit softly because it can be a little heavy for my personal liking. This is the 110 from BK Beauty. I would say spot conceal in the areas that you are worried about before going into this powder. And then that way you're good underneath, you know? I can't remember the last time I wore powder foundation. The e.l.f. Camo Powder Foundation is the last one I tried out. And it's actually a pretty good one. So I might compare pans and shades once I'm done because I do need to do a wear test. Okay, so now we're gonna jump in to this. I have two brushes here. If you want to use this as a powder foundation, use a dense brush. This one is from Sigma. Unfortunately, it's no longer available because it is from the Taylor Wynn collection that they did like 2 years ago. It's the dense powder brush. So the bristles are longer because I do have one of their actual foundation brushes that are a little bit more dense than this. This has a little bit of give to it. I just felt like I would enjoy this a tiny bit more than a more dense brush. And then this is the jumbo base from Sonia G, which is the same situation. It's dense, but like it has some give to it. So I think I'll use both, one on each side. Let's start with the Sonia G. I'm gonna dip right into this. Is there any kick up? Not too much when I'm just dipping into it. This might be okay for now, shade-wise, but if I get some tan in, not so much. 100%, if you want way more coverage, a puff is going to be your best bet. I just feel like a puff would cover a lot better than any brush. but I feel like that's still looking pretty good. It feels soft. Doesn't feel like I have anything on my face, honestly. Feels weightless. All right, so this is the side with the powder foundation and this is the side without. I am going to pick up the puff in here. This is almost like, it feels very dense, like there's not too much breathing room in here. I feel like this is what the material that sponges used to be made out of like 10-15 years ago. It's that material. If you know what I'm talking about. Okay, and it does have like a little to put your fingers in there. So I'm gonna dip. Definitely has product. So this area right here is where I feel it didn't cover completely. Okay, but see, when you use a puff like tool, you can definitely okay, let me see if I can zoom you in, because I feel like right in here I had some blemishes here that I picked at. I'm not loving 100% how this is looking. I do feel like you can see that I have powder on. It's not flawless. Is it blurring? Yeah, I would say it is. I mean, compared to this side, you can really see that it's, you know, evening out the skin. Okay, let me do this side because I'm not 100% sure if I'm loving this. Okay, now I'm going to use the Sigma brush from the Taylor Wynn collection. And I feel like, okay, with this one, you're definitely getting a little bit of kick up in the pan. Like, even though I'm normal with an oily T-zone, I've never absolutely loved powder foundations. But right off the bat, I feel like this brush is doing better. So maybe a synthetic kind of brush does better with this powder. Because on this side, it's actually looking flawless. Doesn't look dry. It's so weird. Oh my gosh, I didn't put concealer. Well, I guess we're gonna see if it works okay with putting concealer on top. Luckily, I don't put too much. My dumb butt. See, things don't always go as planned. I feel like I didn't really put much under my eyes and like the areas where I do put concealer. Same BQ Beauty brush. Okay, it's doing all right. No funny business that I'm seeing. Okay, the concealer actually looks good. There's nothing, like, it's feels like it looks better than this. Okay, so far I'm enjoying this brush a lot more than the Sonia G. I just feel like it's laying it down a lot more soft, a lot more seamless. Doing a much better job than the Sonia G brush. It just goes to show that tools do matter, you know? Okay, so this is what both sides are looking like. Let me zoom you in a tiny bit. Okay. So this side, now that it's been sitting for a tiny bit, I do feel like it's settled in quite nicely. But upon first application, this side with the Sigma synthetic brush, I feel I enjoy a tiny bit more. And I applied my concealer after the fact, and it actually looks pretty good. No bad reaction, no funny business. I do feel like in the areas where I know I'm a little bit dehydrated, which is like around here, that area where I had the blemishes, it doesn't look dry, but you can see that there's product sitting on top. But other than that, Okay, I think it looks good. I think my skin looks healthy. It looks like I have a soft filter. Okay, so since I have a powder foundation on, of course, I can only go into powder products, so that's what we're about to do. I did set the Natasha Denona concealer with the Dolce & Gabbana pressed powder, which I have really been loving to set my concealers. I did feel like this side was looking a tiny bit dry. Actually, both of my under eyes are looking a tiny bit dry. My skin is struggling right now. I have not been keeping up with my water intake. Okay, this is the Sonia G Classic Cheek, and I'm gonna jump into this Sephora powder contour. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish off the makeup. We'll see how much of it I record because I don't want this video to be super long. I finished applying this powder foundation on my face around 12:15, 12:30. And I do want to do a wear test, so I'm going to speed through this. Sonia G Soft Buffer. Sonia G Soft Cheek. Sonia G Worker L. All right, Natasha Denona Old School Lip Liner L6. I did go into the Anastasia Brow Pencil, which I did just pan, which is nice. Cali Ray Mascara and the Make Beauty Brow Gel. Huda Beauty Lip Blush. Okay, I love this lip combo. It is my absolute most favorite lip combo ever. Okay, let me bring you in close so you can see a close-up of what is going on my face, and then that way you can also let me know in the comments what you think. Boop. Okay, so I feel like everything looks good. It's been sitting on my skin for about it's gonna be an hour. So I definitely feel like it's had time to kind of sink in, get warmed up, and it actually looks pretty good. I feel like the only area that I feel like it looks a tiny bit like it's just sitting on top is right around my nose. But I mean, we just got done with winter, allergy season, so my face, especially my nose, is still recovering from all of that. But I feel like, and FYI, I don't use any filters. I just use natural light, that's it. And that can definitely make it look like I use filters, but I promise you I use no filters. I feel like it's looking pretty good. I don't normally have issues on my forehead. I definitely feel like it's softened up my texture, pores. I wouldn't say blurred. So far, I'm enjoying what I'm seeing. Upon first application, not so much, but I think that's very common when it comes to powder foundations. At least I feel like every single time I've tried one, upon first application, I'm just like, no, it looks like it's sitting on top of my skin. And then once it sinks in, then I'm like, okay, it's looking good. I didn't put any setting spray. I'm not someone who really uses setting spray. If you're dry, you might just have to use a setting spray. Let me unzoom you. Okay, so tools. The Sonia G, which is I'm pretty sure this one's all natural hair. Goat hair. Not so much. I felt like, I don't know, it just was not really sinking the powder foundation into my skin. But this Sigma, I feel like these fibers, these synthetic fibers, worked absolutely amazing with this foundation, powder foundation. I know that now, and I will be using a synthetic brush with this powder foundation. I will be doing a wear test. Like I said, around 12:15 is when I finished applying this. It's been on for an hour and I feel like it looks pretty good so far. Okay, I did want to quickly, I might do a side-by-side comparison because the very last powder foundation I tried was the e.l.f. Camo Powder Foundation, Light 280N is the shade I have. I do remember really enjoying this. It performed actually beautifully on my skin. And here is the NP7. So I feel like they look similar in shades. Let me swatch the e.l.f. Ooh, okay, feels soft. Close to the Natasha Denona. Texture-wise, that is. So there is the e.l.f. The e.l.f. might be a better match. Yeah, so in texture, when swatching them, they feel very, very similar. Yeah, the Natasha Denona is lighter. I don't know if I would use the Natasha Denona as a setting powder. If I did, I think I would use it with a very lightweight base. So like a skin tint. I don't want extra coverage. I don't need extra coverage. So I might do a side-by-side with the e.l.f. If you have this, maybe you don't need this Natasha Denona and this is way more affordable than $55, you know? Okay. I just wanted to see if they felt similarly as far as texture-wise and just the tones. I mean, so far so good. We'll see on the wear test how it goes. If I remember, powder foundations tend to really bring out the oils in my nose. So if that is the case with this one, then I have a feeling that is the only issue I'm going to have. Also, since I have no cream products, I feel like when I use powder foundations, my blushes fade away quick. And by the end of the day, they're almost completely gone. So we'll see if that happens or not. Okay. I will go ahead and send you on over to check-in Mary. More than likely, it's probably going to be only one check-in. I still have to run today. I ran out of time earlier and I didn't get my run in. So I do need to run. I don't like exercising with makeup on. So I don't know yet if I'm going to take off the makeup or leave it on. Okay, I'll send you over to check-in Mary and then I'll see you back here for my outro. All right, my lovelies, we are 9 hours in. It is 9:15 at night. I am so exhausted. I did not sleep well last night. Here's what the face looks like. This is up close and personal. My nose actually looks pretty good. I have not touched up anything. I haven't tapped anything. A tiny bit on my chin. The nose area looks much better than the Urban Decay Face Bond Foundation. I am like honestly impressed by how well this lasted. You see my blush, it has faded just a tiny bit, but you can still see it. Like everything looks good and intact. If I were to just tap a tiny bit, you would think that this is freshly applied. Okay, Natasha Denona, wow. All right, well, that's going to be it for the wear test and check-in. First impressions, I'm giving it a thumbs up. It's actually holding up to all of the claims that it says. So I will keep using this. I will keep you posted. Let me hand you on over to outro Mary. And yeah. All right, my lovelies, I hope you found this video helpful. $55 is quite a bit of money for a powder foundation. It's not a makeup item that I use or gravitate towards to a lot. Like I said, the e.l.f. Camo Powder Foundation is the last one I tried. I do remember really enjoying it. So we'll see how this one performs. You already know how it went, but yeah. Okay, let me know if this is a product that you are interested in, or if you picked it up, or if you skipped it. I do know that a lot of people who are dry skin tend to not bother with powder foundations. So maybe check out other reviews out there, because I think I've seen 1 or 2 reviews. Morgan Turner, I think she has. Yeah, she's dry skin normally. Go check out her review, because I think she's enjoying it. I will keep using this just like I do every new item that I review. I keep using it for 1 to 2, sometimes 3 weeks, just so that next time I feature the product on my channel or mention it, I can let you know 100% what my thoughts are on the product. Okay, so again, I hope this video helps you out in any way. Make sure to comment down below. I love talking to you all in the comments section. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. You have no idea, all the comments, all the likes. If you use my links to shop, it truly all does mean the world to me. With that being said, do not forget to give the video a big thumbs up, and also don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and I will see you all on my next video. Bye!